Now this is probably going to be our last dry session by the looks of it. It looks like a bit of clouds moving in, a few little bits of rain, but nothing too concerning just yet. But because it's getting towards the end of the day, it's time to sort of take it easy, just practice your turns a little bit better. Don't go you don't want to break the car at the end of the day. Go hard at the start of the day, and I always believe you sort of back off towards the end of the day, take it a bit easy sort of thing. So so far I'm pretty happy the way it's performed. We'll talk a little bit, we might talk a bit more about the corners on this session, what sort of gears to be in. You can probably see by what I'm doing what gear I'm in anyway. Now I always drive aircon off. This doesn't have any aircon, but I always drive without it anyway. Window just slightly cracked. You want that, not that it probably matters a whole great deal, but I like that little bit of aerodynamics. Now this track at Luddenham's pretty much second and third gear the whole time. There's no real sort of fourth gear. I barely get this into fourth gear at the end of the straight, and it's almost a fact of, if I had another 500 RPM rev range, not like the VTEC's not high enough as it is, I could probably have left it in third gear. It just gets to the point where I need to hit fourth. Now most of these tracks, these corners are quite a hairpin corner. This corner here I'm getting a lot of traction-ish loss as I come out, because you're coming out slightly off, just off straight there. It will wheel spin most of the way through the corner. Through here I find it a little bit sketchy. The car wants to sort of direct you across to this side of the track once you start to sort of run out of grip. This corner here is a good third gear corner. You want to drop it down into second. Well, I'm already in second anyway. Actually, let's get this sorted. Cut that out. Okay, back onto the straight. Start accelerating about here. You got a front wheel drive, you got to get on it early. And then just in the third. Now just back in the third gear there. Quite hard into this corner. Hard on the brakes, into second, off the brakes. You don't want to be braking while you're turning. So get on the power here, on the brakes, off the brakes, turn in. Now start to get on the power here. This way you can hear mine wheel spinning. And this is third gear corner. I can't hold it flat in this because it wants to understeer. Now hard on the brakes, straight, turn in, keep it in third, hug the corner. Now drop it into second, bring it nice and tight in for this corner here. Get on the power as early as you can. Now here I start to get the power about now. Now flat out, into third, flat to the floor. Just enough to get it into fourth there, through this corner. To keep on the accelerator. I'm back into second. Off the brakes, you can feel mine understeering. Back up here, back onto the brakes, off the brakes. This is where I need an LSD. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just wheel spinning. So here we just sort of feather it, but you want to stay on the power, don't get off the power. Now hard on the brakes, leave it in third. Nice and tight, back into second. Get it in nice and tight through here. Out wide. Now about here, front wheel drive, you want to get on the gas as hard as you can. You want the car to drive you through the corner. Into fourth. And just tap the brakes into third. say, here's a map of the layout of the track. Obviously you got your straight, third, fourth gear straight. You can do about 130, 140k an hour, a bit more depending on what your horsepower level is. Third gear in the first corner there, down into a second gear hairpin, hold second gear into another second gear hairpin. Out of that hairpin, that's where I got a lot of wheel spin coming out of this point here. This is where an LSD will help. So you can get into third, hold third gear all the way through the top of the track there. It gets a little bit hairy across through that section there because the track sort of undulates and it lifts up to the top here. Third gear, hold third gear through that corner, down to the second gear hairpin, another second gear hairpin, flat out through there, and then straight down to straight again. So it's a pretty good track.